Hey, we're live. We are live. It's to Ideal Arm Show, episode 174, and we are back. It's Thursday night, 9 p.m. Bring your passport, because it is gonna get messy. On tonight's show, we've got some squonking news. We've got all the latest from the vaping world. We'll be musing about cigarettes. We'll be having a blast from the past. We will be looking at some brand new high-end hardware, courtesy of our very own James Blythe. We also have a mod showcase as well. It's going to be an absolute belter. There is jam-packed. There's stuff and things, and then some more stuff as well. It's going to be that kind of show. So let's just get stuck into it. I hope everyone in chat is having a lovely day so far. It's only going to get better either way. Let's crack on. James, hello. How has your... No, we can't do that. What are you vaping? What are you drinking? Ah, I've never seen that one. Yeah. Yeah, I was lava lamp. I was just thinking that.
That's not bad. That can crack off if you need it to, actually.
I think it was kind of attached it all the wires and shit in there. It was on an elastic band for it because it's my beta. It's one of my betas. I've had it for years. I've had it for absolutely ages, and it's got a few scratches.
It's only Italian crap anyway, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! We've got a
It's
problem.
all right,
law.
it's
I
all
don't
right
know.
now. It's all right now. Carry on.
Yes. Okay. So on there, I've got a Vapor V2, and in there is my usual, which is tobacco crunch from Concentrate. I am also I was vaping on the Origin Little, but I unscrewed it to check that it was called the Origin Little and not the Origin Small or the Origin Tiny, because the name's on the bottom, and because it's a non self-adjusting 510. I've buggered up the 510, and I'm having 510 troubles today.
You really
That's
are,
the problem.
man.
The problem with non, so I can't vape that at the moment. There is an issue. That's an issue. I've had that issue before where you go, I'll just using the refiller bottles sort of type thing. That's what this is the thing. Italian mods and refiller bottles do not go hand in hand.
What, do they have self-adjusting?
No,
Oh, manual adjust.
all manual.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Are you not a fan of manual? Look, some people like the manual.
I fucking hate them.
I think it's horses for courses, but Lucas, E&M, SBA, all manual adjust, and you've got to have tools with you if you cut it up like that. And if you want a beauty ring, I love it, I love a beauty ring, a bog rat or whatever. Then you've got to get a spot. I mean, you don't want that beauty ring spinning when it's out and about because it'll mark up all your addy. So you've got to get it exactly spot on. And you unscrew them and screw them back on, and it's adjusted itself as tiny bits, and you can't get it. And it renders the entire thing absolutely useless. You've got a full battery, you've got a full bottle. Don't make a diddly squat difference.
You got an Allen key in your pocket.
I have. I've got a little SVA Penguin adjuster, which is on my keys. But my keys are in my pocket and I'm here. I've got stuff there, but the show started and shit. Anyway, but I would be vaping on, and I will be vaping on when I saw that in just a second. I felt it in a minute. And I've also got, Brad's not even here, but in memory of dear Brad, I've got my Phobic out. I thought I'd go full mechanical. I've been enjoying the delights of the rave, and I thought, well, I'm totally getting away with this. I'm totally getting away with this switch fit. How come let's move on to mechanicals? Let's go back to mechanicals and see how I get on with them. And I've been getting on champion with it, and it works. It works straight. I've got in there one of these little fellas, one of the old police constable coils, the 101 jobbies, and that's in the Armour S, which I'm enjoying tremendously. Best 22 mm.
It's a nice match that as well with the grey on white.
It's nice, isn't it? Nice, isn't it? I could do with a black button. To match my little drip tip.
What size is that button?
4 big size.
Measure it. I've got some black buttons.
Cool.
How's the coil? How's the coil?
The coil is absolutely bloody brilliant. No spit back at all, which is good because that was always.
I think it's going to spit.
Yeah, that's always been my issue with Claptons is tend to get juice in my mouth. But nah, not at all. I mean, it's only 2.5 millimeter internal diameter, so it's not a massive big boy. It goes in the Armour S perfect, and the vape on it heats up immediately with it being all NI 80.
Yeah.
And it's cracking, absolutely cracking.
It stands for posh cunt, doesn't it? Posh cunt coils.
You're a little. I don't think I could vape them all. I presume it's going to last forever, though. I presume it'll last just forever.
Yeah, it would.
Is that right? Yeah.
If you look at
They last for months. You could just keep dry burning them.
Yeah.
Dry burn, scrape it off. If you've got a brush, even better, a little wire brush, give it a little.
I shall be taking very good care of them coils. I should be giving them a little bit of TLC as and when they need it. So that's what. So I am vaping on Phobic, the Armour S, and that's got its regular old drip tip on there. And in there is more tobacco crunch because I'm still putting this Atty through its paces. So I'm using something that I'm really, really familiar with. That I used to just bung any old thing in a new Atty and go, "Is this good?" I'm not entirely sure, but I always use that as me test juice. That's what I'm vaping on. That's what I'm drinking on. Well, I will be vaping on this in just a sec. I'll just fix this. Rick, how you doing?
Champion, thanks, buddy.
I love your J5 t-shirt, by the way.
I met Charlie Tuner the other month.
And I remember you saying,
lovely bloke.
What a cool dude he seems to be.
He's a nice fella, man. Really nice.
Yeah, what a cool fella. What you drinking on? What you vaping on, Rick?
I am drinking on Brewdog Dead Pony Club because it's a nice session beer. It's good. It might be mainstream, but I still like Dead Pony. Brewdog, all Brewdog actually. So I'm drinking on that this evening.
Cool.
That's the one they should put on draft, in my opinion.
I think so too. If you're out,
punk on draft, isn't it?
If you're in the pub and you can't, they're a bit strong. The punk they can be.
What do you want to get on pump? Elvis?
No, Dead Pony Club because it's a bit weaker.
That's the one.
3.8.
I don't know that much for a fan.
Yeah, but if you're going to drink half a dozen pints of it, you need a weaker beer.
Oh fuck me! I had a mango IPA the other day. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, there's some good fruity ones there. So yeah, I'm drinking on Dead Pony Club, and I'm vaping on my Scott Bonner Turnwood FX Kira with Haku on top, Chris Munoz Bell Cap, and my DIY Blackcurrant mix 6 milligrams, 60-40. That one, no, 40-60. What way do you? Let's sort this out now. I've always thought PG VG.
No,
because P comes before
it was, and then
it used to be, didn't it?
Yeah, and then it was the greater value went first.
Yeah, I always see a PG VG, but I always write VG PG.
Yeah, I didn't used to. When it first started, it was the other way because it was the other way around, and now 80-20 is.
Well, I'm still vaping on some 50-50. So I mean, where do you do there?
Which one did you?
VP.
Nobody knows the answer to that question. That's so deep.
Yeah, I said I'm on a 40%. Shut up, beeping. It's a charger. 40% PG blackcurrant DIY mix in that.
It's your oxygen supply running out.
Yeah, it's the old. Yeah. 30 years of smoking. I've got a K-Fun Light 2019 on the Vicious Ants. What's it called again? Do we know the name?
No.
Come on, chat. What's the name of this little Vicious Ant?
Is it the sycophant?
Eh?
No.
It's their. I don't know.
I can't remember. A little 18351. And in that, I'm vaping on a secret juice. There it is.
Ooh, secrets.
It's
What did you just say, Richard? Did you say Krypton?
Phantom.
Oh, Phantom.
Is it a Phantom?
Phenom. Is it
Phenom. There we go. They just said thanks, Adam.
Phenom.
Adam. Right, yes, so I'm vaping on that. And yeah, in that, an apple tobacco. And that's 12 milligram. And I don't know what the VG-PG ratio is on that, but could do it being thinner, I think, for something like that.
Oh, 70-30.
Is it? Yeah, it could do a 50-50 in a little one like that.
Is that 50 PG or 50 VG?
Well,
you can
either, really?
They don't mind.
Or should I just say 49-51?
No, you'd have to say 51.9.
51.49, okay. My balls to the wall setup this week is my usual Goon, OG Goon 24mm on my parallel mechanical Squonker with my DIY mix of Voodoo Brew, 3 milligram because it's cloudy as fuck. And finally, I'm on my Chris Scott Mackenzie KO. Still say that after Jane. They stick these things, don't they? Actually, Chris Scott mods, CSM, but we say Chris Scott Mackenzie in case you don't know, just in case you're a new viewer. CSM, Chris Scott mods, and on top, Fluid Mods, Convergent, that's it. And in that, I'm vaping on Jeffrey's apple and elderflower and apple, actually, get that right. And I've got that up just, I think that's 6 milligram in there as well. So that's what I'm vaping on. Richard.
Hello.
What are you drinking and what are you vaping on?
Alright. Hear me now. Drinking on this Beavertown Gamma Ray.
Nice. I like that. That's good, that.
And then moving on after that to Tiny Rebel. A Welsh
that's
Red
Welsh,
Ale.
that is.
Yeah. I have no idea what that word. That must be some sort of Welsh.
With it's a word for cuddle. I found out off of our friend Craig.
Can't believe there's Welsh hipsters. How does that even work?
Gus is talking bollocks in chat, saying that
it's like a camp goth.
Brewdog is no good. He says, don't know what he knows. He don't even eat real food, but
he probably thinks there's a dog in it or something. He's got to avoid it.
Sorry, I broke up the.
No, it's cool. That's what I'm drinking and vaping on this. This is the Glass RDA. This is that 31mm RDA craziness. In that I have some hybrid Dis1. That is Dis1 with some of that. Have you still got those on point juices, John?
So we're running low. They were kind of limited edition, and whatever we've got left.
So the strawberry sponge on point mixed with this one.
I have loads of strawberry. That's the one we've got. We had lots of.
It's a really good mixer. So that in there. I've also got this. This is the ice stick mix. Ice stick mix with a new Elo tank on. I've done my review for that, but still vaping it. It's a good tank. And then I have this. This is the new Wismec Squonker. This is the Surface from Wismec. And
it's got a board in the side of it.
Yeah, it's a very, very small regulated.
Let's squeeze that in there then.
Yeah, well, like this. Smaller squonk bottle.
Oh.
It's very, very small. It's crying out for Nigel Moxon to get hold of that, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that metal?
No, is that a problem?
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't really put plastic in the oven.
Ah, but I mean, but he can
make the
fashion
door.
something
Oh, we can. Yeah.
that if he had the exact template, I don't know. But that's a thing, and it comes with this tank. It's a BF RDTA, and it's got one of these heating elements on. So it's a squonker with a heating element, and we'll have a chat about heating elements later on.
Okay, dope.
Just a quick one. So there's that, and yeah, kind of just mixing it around the desk. Other than that, but some okay stuff. John,
Hello.
what are you drinking? What are you vaping, old son?
I am drinking Lagunitas. It says how to say it on the front. IPA, made by the same company as James's beer.
Does it say how to say it on the front?
Laguna. Is that Laguna?
Yeah, underneath here, just there, it says Lagunitas. Lagunitas.
It's lagging on it. That's Spanish for lagging.
Lagging. Was I lagging then?
No, you're lagging when you get really drunk. You say you're lagging if you're pissed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's quite good. Yes, but it is. It says it's made by this Lagunitas brewing company, but it's not. It's made by Carlsberg, actually.
Yeah, it's like the Spanish Carlsberg.
Yeah, well, it's American, so probably not.
Exactly.
Nice. You want the bubbly? You want the bubbly can though? That's what you want.
Bubbly can. That's what I want. Yeah, that's Chicago rather than Italian. Yes, I've got that, and I've got a punk as well. I've got two of them and a punk. What am I vaping on? I have got a mix of stuff today. I've got a billet box, crack in it, which is what I've always got. Let's turn it on. 45 milligram lemon crack in the Reaper V3. On the top of the Pico 21700. And last, by no means least, well, maybe I have the V3, the Rose 3, the R3 from
V3.
Yeah, the V3 on top of the RX75, and in that I've got black box pearls. James very kindly sent me the
I'm vaping that.
You do pearls. Oh, good on you, man. Two of my
It's in my top 5.
bad. Is it?
Mm.
I've got some here as well. I'm going to get that out again.
Yeah, it's in my top 5. That big time.
Oh, yeah, I've got a whole concentrate here, ready to go. Nice. I'll mix
Yeah,
that.
James very kindly sent me the rose. For anyone who's keeping tabs, there was one spring wire in it and 2 spares. I've lost the one that was in it and one of the spares already. So I'm on the last spring wire I have, which isn't handy.
Okay, chop a bit of camphor up, put it in there.
No, it's got to be spring wire, they say.
Oh.
It when I saw it, I thought it was the worst design ever for an AFC, and having one, it is the worst design ever for an AFC. It is. Yeah, it doesn't work.
I mean, we love Eden, but no, they did that wasn't good having a loose.
It does work. It stops the EFC from turning. It keeps it in place.
So does a fucking O-ring.
Yeah, so there's no.
An O-ring, absolutely. I don't know why. It is engineering for the sake of engineering, I think, but there was something different. I mean, if you really, really want extras, pop to Shrewsbury, have a rake through that field.
There's hundreds of them.
There will be. I know you're a big fan of the detectorists. Get yourself a metal detector. Get down there. Bish, bash, bosh. Hundreds of spares, mate. Hundreds of spares. It is weird, isn't it? Are you enjoying the Rose? Are you enjoying it, though?
It's very loose for me.
It's a sub-tank, isn't it? It's a sub-tank. Do you think they missed a trick by not replacing the E for the 3. So it would have been ROS3.
Oh, that could have been really cool, actually. Yeah.
Like all the cool kids would have done, yeah.
Mm. I think they still sold them all, though, didn't they? They didn't. They have no shortage of customers.
No, but it's not. It's nowhere near as tight as B1 and B2.
I'd rather it was loose like that. I think that would probably be all right. I like a looser jaw.
It's too loose. For me, it's too loose. So with a 2.5 ml tank, it's no good. Like that, you just you pound through liquid, and and putting the wire back in, which I've got the hang of now. I'll give it 3 goes. Is a fucking bastard, and it's really hard to not shove the wire through your thumb. Is trying to put it in. So yeah, I don't agree with that. The AFC, that's its major downfall. But I know this is news that's 2 years out.
Raking up all ground.
I know. But I've never had one. So, and James kindly said he'd send it to me, and it's a sub tank. That's all right.
It's not a sub tank.
No, it is.
It's not, is it? It's not pre-made coil heads.
Okay.
It's just a slightly cloudy.
Yeah, but I had a
sub
tank.
Grandad.
I had a sub tank, and I could put my own coils in it.
Well,
I've got the rebuildable deck for the sub tank years ago.
That's fine. That would be a sub tank then.
Fair dues. Yeah, it's okay. It's for me. You have to build it quite low to get a vape out of it.
It's too cloudy for you, Grandad.
It is. I am. Yes. What was I going to say? Right, that's it. That's all I've got. I'm dropping everything. Are we going on to the news?
Let's slide on to the news, which is also you, John.
It's also me. I am going to start off with. We're going to go for a positive story first. If I can get it to do anything, it'd be a bell end. It's a positive story. I had a choice of who I used for this positive story, and I decided to use the Independent, the good old Indie. It was running in the Guardian. It was running in the Daily Mail. I think it was running in the Express as well. They're blowing hot and cold of vaping in the UK. This is, it's one good story, one bad story. The Independent went with vaping has not renormalized tobacco smoking among teenagers, says study. Increased popularity in vaping has not encouraged more teenagers to take up smoking tobacco cigarettes, a new study has found. Over the past few years, vaping has become a popular practice among people trying to quit smoking. According to the NHS, an estimated 2.9 million adults in the UK currently use e-cigarettes, more than half of which have completely stopped smoking tobacco cigarettes. However, according to researchers, the rising number of young people using e-cigarettes over the past few years has not led to an increased interest in tobacco smoking, as some may assume. I'm going to end it in this bit. Experts from Cardiff University carried out a study of almost 250,000 teenagers, which I think is a fairly decent sample size, aged between 13 and 15 from England, Wales and Scotland, to determine whether there is a link between vaping and smoking.
But you get the impression that some people who don't know think that vaping is like your training ground for real smoking.
They do. They definitely do.
You can have a vape. It's not real smoking, but you can go on and do real smoking after.
That's like somebody. That's like.
I don't think anyone really thinks that.
But
I think it's convenient for certain people.
Yeah, it's an angle, isn't it? It's an absolute angle.
Because it wouldn't work, would it? If you said to somebody, "Here, lick this, try this, lick this dairy milk," what do you reckon? No, I like that. Yeah. There's a dog shit over there. Do you want to lick that? It's brown as well. The fuck no.
I think smokers think, non-smokers, non-vapers think it's as bad as smoking, don't they?
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't know which one I mind more. It's as bad as smoking, or is it encourages people to smoke? I mean, it doesn't, does it? It's not the same thing.
No, it definitely isn't. It's like banding drugs and alcohol together, isn't it? If you have a pint, if you start drinking beer, you're going to be taking hard drugs. It's a gateway to doing heroin.
Well, that has been said before. I mean, marijuana. It's constantly being said it's a gateway to heroin, but it isn't.
No, it isn't. I know people who've been smoking marijuana for 30, 40 years, and they don't. They like getting stoned, you know.
It's not often I check because I don't really give a shit. But I was in the supermarket the other day, and they sort of have a price list of the cigarettes because they can't show them, so it's sort of stuck on the outside.
How much are they now?
Oh, fucking unbelievable! I think it was 25 grams of Golden Virginia. I think was £16. Somebody else might correct me.
That's a 1 ounce pack, isn't it? It's not even the full big.
25 grams. Sorry, 25.
20 Mayfair Smooth.
Yeah.
£10.90.
I thought the big pouches used to be 50-gram pouches.
No, we started them, didn't we? But they're the Continental, really. It used to be 12.5 grams for the little, the little skinny
Little
one,
boxy one, yeah.
Or the boxy one, and then 25 grams for a pouch, which was.
I used to get 50-gram pouches.
Yeah. They started doing them because everyone started buying them off people who'd fallen off.
Yeah, all come from Belgium.
Yeah. So they had to do it. I used to smoke raw tobacco as well, but I wasn't paying. I mean, that would cost you 25 quid now.
I spent 20 quid on 5 of those pouches years ago.
Rollies.
Every week.
They used to go out in my job. You could put a cigarette down, it just burn out. So I used to smoke. I used to smoke Benson Hedges Gold and drum tobacco.
Oh, I didn't like drum. A bit harsh.
That was why I liked it.
I didn't know you were homeless.
Only for a little bit.
Because drum's meant to be pipe tobacco, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's made by Dow Egberts, the coffee company. I think they just run.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
They make Sara Lee as well. So. Okay.
Dairy.
I quite like an eggnog.
That's the sister, Dairy Lee.
Oh no, they don't make Advocaat, do they?
No. I don't think so. £11.60 for a pack of Marlboro.
That's the Egbert.
That doesn't seem that bad. It is £10.90 for a pack of fucking Mayfair. £11.60 for Marlboro. I'm off. 50 grams 2 years ago. It was 50 grams of drum was £21. Fucking hell.
How much is it now?
That was 2 years ago, so I assume it's doubled. So tax, like what, 23?
It's not cheap.
£8. No, that's very handy. Sasa says that vaping is a gateway to cocaine and hookers. Trust me.
Yeah, we've seen it.
He's a trouble starter, Sasa, so that's fine.
Nice.
We're gonna go next. Oh, I've covered up who's next. James.
Oh yes,
James is going to give us a quickie.
That's right. I'll tell you why it's going to be a quickie, because I have got no information on this at all. I've tried to get some information today and earlier in the week, and I can get no information. We have got a picture. We've got a solitary picture
On screen now.
of the Inax 5. What do we know about the Inax 5? There was numerous Inaxes before that, and looks like it's going to be 22 million. It's probably going to be mesh again. They're all mesh, aren't they? It looks a bit like it's a bit old fashioned. I think it's got a bit of a retro-y kind of look. Looks a bit like the Pirate Gennies, or whatever it was called by Frankenskull that came out just a few months ago. With that kind of the markings at the top, the fins at the top.
What's the tool for?
Oh, the RDTA.
Well, I presume the two. Well, I've no information. I presume that's something to do with the. It's probably going to be a central post mesh jobby, and I presume that is something to do with that central post mesh jobby. But I've contacted the dudes.
I'm in.
What are you in?
Sorry, it's just. Oh no, I don't like the fins. No.
It's got a bit of a what was that? The Steam? Was it the Steam Boy from
maybe
5 years ago? It looks a little bit like that.
You're right. Though, that'll be a coiling tool. The thing on the left-hand side. I would say it's probably a form inside it, and then something else. Maybe I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think it is, John? Say that again.
I think you're right. It's a coiling. I think it's a coiling tool. I think it's one form or two. So a form for the mesh, and then a form for the wire or something like that.
It could well be. I mean, you can see there we've obviously got something there. We've got a spare tank. Looks exactly that. Looks
the air adjustment's the same way as well, isn't it? It's got that knurled. This time they've got Delrin, but a knurled, not Delrin. What's the yellow pissy stuff?
Ultim
or
yeah,
Pom or whatever.
a collar, because the Inax has got an inner bit where you go and change the vape on it. I've got an Inax somewhere around it. The V2 though, before they were all shit.
The V2 was a brilliant vape, absolutely brilliant. I even like the R. I know people complain about the R. I like the 1, I like the 2, I like the R. The 4 was dodgy. The 4 looked really dodgy. But the 5, I think, judging by what we can tell, which is absolutely nothing.
No, let's still hear them out. I'm up for hearing them out. Definitely. But
yeah, we'll keep you updated with that. Like I say, at the minute, I tried. I was like, bonjour, le Inax. Can I have some information, please? He was like, no. just ignore us.
Nice. It's nice that someone's still making Jennies.
It is. Well, we're presuming it's a Jenny. Well, you've got to presume if it's an Inax, if it's a number 5, it's got to be a mesh based central coil, I think, probably. I don't know. But I've got no idea. Keep you posted.
Yeah.
That's me done. That's all I got in the next 5 there.
I like the fact people are telling us, anybody who needs to know the prices of cigarettes over the last decade, have a quick check of the comments. If you've got a time machine, nip back. Dave writes, popped in with 12 years ago, Dominican Republic, Marlboro's £15 for 200. So if you have got, DeLorean outside, fuck off back. Trip over, get some fucking Marlboro, come home.
Okay, let's move on to Rich.
I'm gonna switch menus around. I'm gonna talk about this. Ta-da! Cigalikes are back in 2019.
Let's have a look at that.
This is a Cigalike.
It's a pod system, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, very small pod system, but it's a Cigalike. It is the exact length of a cigarette. And this is from Sigelli. This is the Odor. O-D-O.
Odor.
From Sigelli. It is, as Rick points out, a pod-based system. It does charge. It's not disposable. You can charge it. And it is refillable with your own juice. You can put your own juice in here.
Oh, that's good. Refillable with your own juice.
Yeah. No, wait. It comes juiceless. And then you put your own juice in. It's one of those type of e-cigarettes.
You can get a nice 12 milligram.
Yeah, I've got a 20 mg salt in here.
Yeah.
And it vapes like this.
It's got a bit there.
It's got a bit there, isn't it? Not bad at all. Not a lot of flavour.
I'm going to say, is the battery life hateful? I assume you just need to keep it plugged in constantly.
I haven't got that far with it yet. This is hot off the press. You won't find this anywhere else on the web. But yeah, this could be a thing. It also comes in a very cigarette-like box. Look at that.
Wow.
It'd be very good for prisons, wouldn't it?
Spare pod, charge cable in there. I don't know, Cigalikes, they sort of completely disappeared, haven't they? In like 2017, 2018, and they were really, really bad. But
that looks like it's better.
This is better than those for sure.
Are you lung hitting it, or is it a math?
I'll try a lung hit. Kind of too loose for you, John.
Yeah. It's restricted lung hit.
But you can mouth to lung it as well. I mean, it's just not super tight. I don't know. They went out for the right reasons, didn't they? They were useless, and everything else was better, and everything went a bit like this, didn't it?
Yeah.
I agree, but they've got a place. I agree. Chuck it in your handbag. It's tiny.
Emergency backup, glove box.
Well, for anyone who uses a Juul and wants to step up slightly,
it's a better vape than a Juul.
It's got to be. Is it half the price of a Juul? You're using your own liquid, so you'll save the money in a week.
I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be £15.
Fucking hell!
That's it. £15.
Thing is, can you get juices that are thin enough to go in there?
Yeah, use a company like just had Nick.
I've got a 50/50 20 mg Nick salt in here.
Yeah, but the majority of people use short fills. None of their short fills are going to be any good in there.
No. Because I'm assuming the main place this will be is in the old petrol station, isn't it?
So you'll get the high
And
PG.
there'll be a big list of 10 ml bottles, old school. 10 ml bottle, one of these. Away you go. Emergency avoided.
And 15 quid. 15 quid is well, if only we knew the price of cigarettes. If we knew the price, we could compare it. But nobody apparently knows the price of cigarettes.
That's not nailed on confirmed price, but it is going to be ballpark around there.
That's good. I like it.
The battery life's going to be the issue because obviously it is performing quite well, and which means the coil isn't a 2 ohm like the old Cigarettes, which means there's going to be a battery life issue here. But as long as you've got a micro USB.
Could you? Does it work as a pass through? Have you got a lead? I just wondered if we can do it live. Do it live.
I'll try. You have to pull that first when you plug in a USB.
Yeah, that's true.
Bang.
Right, so it's lit up. Oh, I'm not in cam.
It's
lit up, so it is charging.
Yeah. Someone's going to screenshot that.
It works.
Yeah, works in pass-through.
By the computer, you've changed it. You know, if you're sat by the computer at work, and you can.
It's a pass through as well. Then. Basically.
Yeah, it's interesting. Suction activated, little blue light on. You can
see
see your juice in the thing.
You're in your office, you're sitting there with your computer there, just plug the USB cable in and you vape it with the cable plugged in all day, don't you?
I think, obviously, it's not aimed at us, this. It's not aimed at us at all, even in the slightest possible way. But that is the sort of thing that could convert people.
Yeah, I agree. 15 quid, fuck it. If you can't beat, you're beating dual and you can use your own liquid. I haven't got a problem with that, if it works. If
you look back to the Cigalikes, people like me, when I first got a Cigalike, I was fucking around trying to refill it.
Me too.
And so was Scott. I remember Scott saying about it as well. I was taking the plastic bit off the end and re-juicing up the cotton in there. This solves that problem, doesn't it? For people, for the frugal vapor, just wanting to save some money instead of spending it on cigarettes. They'll buy a 10ml bottle of juice and be good for a week.
Couple of them, 15 quid each.
Obviously, in chat again, it's just not aimed at us really, and we're not advertising it. It's just new, and I was just shocked to see the size of it really. But Johnny Boy says I'd rather spend £15 on coils. Absolutely right.
We'd all rather vape properly, wouldn't we?
You could get an Aspire Squonker for £15. I 100% agree with that, but I don't think 40-a-day smoker is going, should I get a Squonker or this? I don't think they've ever heard the word Squonker in their whole life.
To play devil's advocate, though, and we've spoken about this before, the problem is we know that's not really the choice. You know, if they had Inican Endura in the petrol station, more people would quit, but they wouldn't sell as many bits and bobs because the coils last too long, for a retail environment like that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the premise isn't, we're kind of helping a bit because we're saying the premise is to get people to stop smoking. It isn't. The premise is to continually keep spending money all the fucking time. And for one of those things that is going to, in the end, cost you a fucking fortune and be wank, that's an all right version of something that is definitely going to be wank and is going to end up costing you a fortune, and it'll be shit.
Well, Inican didn't even attempt to get the Endura in petrol stations.
No,
because it was too big a sell. Because you end up with a queue of people trying to pay for the petrol, and the guy's going, you top fill it like this, you take it off like this, adjustable airflow here,
that's a fair
charge
comment.
it there, 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off, and and it's just not a thing. This is what Inican are putting in, and it's like you press that and suck it. Which is an easier petrol station sell. So again, this is the same. Put your juice in there, suck it, love, get out of my shop. So yeah, but it's new, it's brand new, and I just thought I'd show it. I haven't seen anything like that for maybe 2 years.
No, I think the last thing
from a proper company as well, Sigelli.
In that kind of thing, do you remember the E-roll?
Oh, there was the one that was like a Zippo.
No, there was one that was a cigarette, like a stainless steel cigarette with a little box. Looked like an iPhone, but you opened it and you put the thing in it. It's called the E-roll. Can't remember who made it. Could have been Wiz. I don't know who it was actually. But I bought one. It was shit. but yeah, it did exist. James, I think we're on to.
No, surely not. Not me again. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, yes. This is. Oh, yeah. Oh man, we've got loads of pictures for this. Absolutely, tons and tons of pictures for this. This is brand new. It's not out. It's coming out soon. It's coming out really soon. This is the Spitfire from Infinity Mods out of Italy.
On the screen now.
Lovely. Now this is all we've got is pictures of the prototype. You'll see some of them. The front plate is just kind of Delrin or whatever, and that's going to be stainless steel. But I have got some details on this one. This is brand spanking. This is from Infinity Mods, who I'm a massive fan of Infinity Mods. I love the style of them. I love Alessandro, who makes them. I think he's a nice fella. Good customer service, and this is his latest offering. This is a non-squonk. His last few have been squonk based. The DVS was his last one, which was a squonker. And this is a Delrin body with a stainless steel tube. If we're flicking through the pictures there, we can see he's kind of prototyping a few different styles for the tube. We've got patterned carbon fiber, plain stainless steel. I think there's a plain black one in there as well. But I think the final production version is going to be just a stainless steel tube. It is a DNE 60. Yeah, it's a 60 with a Mod Dog 510 in there. And it's coming soon. The price is pretty keen for an Italian kind of high-end jobby. The price is going to be €295, which I don't think is bad at all.
Bad.
I really like the look of it.
Smart. I think he's a stylish chap. Is Alessandro? He really is. I think he produces some great looking stuff. The DBS was his last one. Looked amazing. He's been collaborating with Sunbox. He's done some great things with them. I love me 356 RS. I think it's a great looking mod. Probably the smallest squonker I've got. Regulated, that is, obviously. I think this is another cracker from another cracker. Like I say, imagine it with the stainless steel, kind of probably a brushed stainless steel.
It'd be nice to see the faceplate.
Pardon, Rick?
It'd be nice to see the faceplate. There isn't a picture of it from the front. I'm wondering if that Infinity Mods logo is actually the switch for it, because I don't think it is.
There should be one with the plastic on the front. If you scroll through there, I could be wrong. I've got a ton of pictures.
Let me have a look.
It's the second one in the folder that we're looking at.
I've lost that one. Sorry.
That one.
Oh, there we go. There are some more ones. Yeah, Facebook pictures. There we go.
Got them? Brilliant. So imagine that with the
let's see,
with a stainless steel plate on there. I think he's going to go with the single kind of the rocker uppy downy button. I'm in a kind of a group with him, and he kind of shows you all of the pros. So I don't think these are even available on the official Infinity Mods group just yet. These are fairly exclusive. These photos, I think. Looks groovy. Like I said, €295. And I like it. I like it a lot. I really like it. I think it looks very, very sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I like the look of that too.
Yeah, it does look good. Very nice. Very
Cool.
nice. What's next?
Next up, we have got me.
Oosh.
Me. Oh, I tell you what. Should we give him?
It's
I'm just trying to work it out. Yeah,
DB
yeah.
restock, innit?
I've got. Well, I just want a quick thing to say, because I did do it at the start of the show. But PC Coils, Peter and Ilse from PC Coils in Belgium, who I started working with about 3 weeks ago, and we launched them last Friday, and it went absolutely insane. And it was brilliant. I'm really chuffed, and I'm really happy everybody likes them. We're currently out of the 1 ohm coils because they flew, and we're low on 0.8. But as soon as
I hear good things about them.
As soon as young Peter, I'll send it some coils. As soon as young Peter,
Don't.
All right, I won't. Finished doing the stock for Stuttgart, because they're showing at the Hall of Vapes, then I will be getting more more. We have, after a little wait, we've got DB Liquids on the way. From Violet at DB Liquids is sending over Raspberry Mint, the long-awaited strawberry fluff that I get emails about all the time, and a few other bits and bobs. They'll be coming over.
Fluff. I like the fluff flavours.
Fluffs, yeah, peach, blueberry, and strawberry. Strawberry's always been huge, but it was missing from the box last time. She just didn't put it in. She just forgot, but it's in there this time. And we have a new liquid coming out. Rick's vaping it at the moment, but I can't show it. I was in the middle of thinking about it. There you go. It's that one. Yeah, Rick's vaping it. It's coming out. It's only 2 flavors in the line, but I stand by them. They're really, really good. That's it. Somebody keeps saying, when are you going to get what's it back? Can only be one. I always split the stock. All the cannoli. Sorry, so they've been asking about cannoli. The stock is always split as soon as it gets here into kits and concentrates, and the whole thing's costed out like that. So if all the concentrates are gone, there will be kits. If you add 2 concentrates together and get it in like 0 milligram, it's going to cost you a couple of quid, and you'll have some VG in a bottle. That's what you want to do. But I'm not going to move it back into concentrates because I do split it when it arrives 50-50. And some things go exactly 50-50, and sometimes it's a bit slower on the kits because people love making their own stuff. Back to you, Richard, in the studio. I think you're going up.
Thanks, John. Yes, we are looking at this. This caught my eye. Brand new Squonker from Wismet, and the Squonker is absolutely fine. Not in love with the design on the door, but the actual Squonker is completely rock solid. Very, very small. 80 watt, single 18650. Very nice Squonker, but it comes with this bottom feeding RDTA tank. We have seen those before, but we've never seen a bottom feeding RDTA with these heating elements. You'll have seen them in sub tanks and things like that. It's very experimental. This one vapes just like those, and for me it's just not quite there.
It's not hot enough.
You've got a lot of cotton and a flat plate on top. The plate gets hot, the vapor goes up, but you never get that properly sort of really sort of saturated vape.
You're never going to either. It's impossible because we worked out the whole thing before. It's a wet.
You don't really get it with tanks, do you? Full stop.
You do.
But
I don't think.
But we said this when there was a raft of rubbish mesh sub tanks, and now there's a raft of good mesh sub tanks.
But I think the physics are totally different. You can't get that to work because.
Is there a way that this one day will this be what we're?
Yeah, there is a way of doing it, but
wrap it.
No, yeah.
Put it round a wick.
That's basically the answer. But the problem then you'd need to manufacture the element to be. It would have to be manufactured for that purpose, and most of those elements in those things are they're just fucking hell.
Stock materials.
They're stock materials, yeah, for things like blenders, soup making blenders and stuff like that. That's what they are. It's an element out of a blender, really, and they constantly are. So what they need to do is if you made it keyhole shape, and the bottom bit didn't do anything, and you put the cotton in the middle, it would work. But you basically it's mesh. What's the point? It ends up being point.
I mean, like we could do with Craig talking about heat flux as well when it comes down to mesh, couldn't we? Because bottom line is there's a lot more mass of metal going on with a mesh coil than there would be with a wrapped coil.
China are obviously mad keen on this tech.
Of course they are,
and they're just pushing it. They're obviously very keen for it to work. They say that these heating elements last way longer than any coil.
Absolutely will. And the other thing,
they won't get hot enough to do it.
Dry burn as well.
The reason they want it to work though is because there's no learning curve. If they get it right, there's no learning curve. You don't, when we have to go right, do some wires or anything, you don't have to do shit. You just put the cotton in, and you're off. So that's why they want it to work. For money, obviously.
Yeah. And the other thing that's sort of a bit of a constant with these that hasn't been resolved either is the re-wicking. So with this one, I've got a full review coming, but with this one, you unscrew the screws, you lift it all out, and then you have to really neatly lay the cotton across the thing and put it and screw it all back down, and then you've got to poke that through down in RDTA style. That re-wicking job is quite intense. Do you know what I mean? Getting the exact width correct, making sure none of it ruffles when you put it down.
But if we said, right, you've got a new heating element thing, we know cotton costs fuck all. So if they brought out the heating element thing and then they sold tiny pads of cotton that were pre-done for you, I don't know, and you got 5 bits for £1, that would seem quite reasonable when we know that that's worth not even a penny.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think that's what it is, isn't it? That just makes sense to do that.
Yeah, pre-cut ones would be nice, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll get there. That's where they're aiming for. They want a rebuildable for a fuckwit. That's what they need.
Yeah, I just wonder if they can make this work somehow, because they're clearly so keen to. But
change the coil shape and start manufacturing them for the purpose.
You're asking so much cotton to get so juicy, and just how could it ever get juicier than that? The one advantage with this style, doing it on a squonker, doing it like this, you can actually drip straight onto that. But you'd have to drip every vape to get that sort of really tasty hit. I just pondered.
Does it go through liquid fast?
No, because it gives you a horrific dry hit if you go above 50 watts.
Andy. You won't do that then.
But that's not the coil, that's not the heating element as such. It's partly to do with the fact it's in an RDTA, and you're asking even more of it than normal because it's got a wick.
What's your new car like? It's all right if you go over 50. The clutch jumps up and hits you in the ball bag. But apart from that, beautiful car.
Well, there's loads of devices that have a
I fucking want that car.
I'm sure the Rose ain't great over 50 watts.
No, I don't know if you heard my brief review. It wasn't. I wasn't singing its praises.
But there's loads of things like that. I have them.
Yeah, but I could coil it, couldn't I? That's the other difference. I could coil it, so it went to 50 easily.
So I don't know. I don't know what will happen with this, but they keep bringing these heating element based devices out, and the vape is the exact same each time. After a certain amount really dry. But we said this with the mesh sub tanks, and they fixed that, so we'll see. Maybe that's the answer. Bet they need to find a way of bending it. But we'll see.
I just don't like the idea of soaking so much cotton, and for people who they're just going to waste money on juice, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. James, you want to tell us about Mark White's vape stand?
Oh yes, I do. This is awesome. We've got some pictures and we've got some videos of this. I been following this closely for the last couple of weeks. I've been speaking to Mark, and he's been sending us some bits and bobs. And it's a modular. We've seen these before. From that American people. What's the American people's called?
People's Americans.
Them People's Americans. Yeah. We've seen modular style vapes. Well, they've been around. We've had a few different incarnations of them. There was a chap in this country possibly who made a magnetic 3D printed one.
I remember that. Yeah, Mark had some of those, didn't he? The cube things that stuck together.
But it was so vastly expensive. It just wasn't. I don't think it sold very well because of the man hours. I think of you had to put into actually hand gluing them. Print them and then hand glue all the magnets in. So anyway, I think Mark White has fettled this with his 3D printed version, and what you can see hopefully on screen. I'll have a look see what we're on screen. We've got them on screen there.
On screen now, yeah. This the big picture right now. Can't guarantee the video will work, but I will try in a sec. Okay, that's the big picture of the whole thing.
We've got a tiered modular stand. You can see in the videos we've got a space for. You've got the big picture. So on the left hand side of the big picture, we've got place for your atomizers. Sorry, a place for your mods. Now we've got atomizers in different sizes there. There's a little tree option. There's an option for 22 mils and then bigger ones. I think there's also batteries and drip tips. It's interchangeable. The whole thing is totally customizable. It's a tiered system. You can add and change them as and when.
And it's all 3D printed.
It's all 3D printed. He has he's introduced a method where, I mean, you can see on the tiered bits, you can see it's 3D printed. However, on the top bits, which are available in various colours, you can see they're in green and yellow. And I think there's a red in one of the pictures. He's put a texture onto it, like a texture,
a textured print mat, and he's putting them upside down.
Hatching.
So you're. So you don't get to see that print lines, and it looks absolutely cushy. And I think the price is going to be decent as well. We haven't got he hasn't got a confirmed 100%.
If he the thing is, because I think, did you say you've been talking to him for a couple of weeks, James?
Yeah,
me too. Because he was sending me the pictures when he was working on it a couple of weeks ago. Because he had the idea a few months ago, didn't he? And then he kind of started doing it, and it worked. And I thought, oh, if this kicks off, you're going to get so angry.
It's going to be hard for him. There's hours.
I love Mark, and he's such a really just a brilliant bloke. But there's not enough hours in the day.
Hours of printing on those. I mean, to print what's in front, what I'm looking at there, it's got to be a day's worth of printing there.
Yeah, it was quite printing. He told us the amount of time it was taken to do each one. The actual inserts, I think, are quicker. Because he's got this texture thing going on, he can use a lower quality. I don't want to say a lower quality print.
Faster, I know what you mean.
But a faster print. You don't get to see all of the the banding and the print lines, which you would normally get with a faster print. So I think he's got several 3D printers. I think he's going to be running them pretty much 24 hours a day. He's going to have to, because when these go on sale, they're going to fly off. They're going to be probably lists in his own group. He's starting a group. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure that I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, of course you
are. He's going to sell them through a group, and people are going to go absolutely mental for them. I think the price is going to be very reasonable. If you look at like I say, there was J-Wraps. Theirs are about £50 to £60, and they go up from there. That's like landed in this country, because obviously they're going to be shipped from America. I think they're going to be cheaper than that. I think they're going to be more customizable than that with regards to colours and the way you can add to it and change the tiers. I think it looks at ace. I think it's going to be crazy popular.
It's going to be crazy popular.
And I'll keep you posted. I think he's pretty much got the kinks worked out. I think he's pretty much almost ready to go, is the general gist.
I don't know, just say people, because Mark, for anybody who doesn't know, Mark White's the guy behind Lemon Crack Current, G&T. He's a man obsessed with perfection. So he won't do anything unless it's done, unless he's got it and he's got it down. He'll send himself crazy making sure he's got it absolutely bang on.
I think he's just about there. I think
I just played the video while we were talking there.
Oh, cool.
Lovely. Yeah, I think it looks great. What do you chaps think about that?
I like it.
I would have one.
From a manufacturing point of view, I think he's going to come unstuck with how long these are going to take to print him if he gets any volume of orders.
Well, I think good luck to him. I think if he
absolutely
do it, if he can do it, he's got. The thing is, Mark fucking goes around the world every 2 days, doesn't he? He's in like.
So as long as he leaves it going.
Yeah, come back.
He's going to need a warehouse full of 3D printers if he sells loads of these.
He needs to make a butt ton before even saying they're available.
Oh, he will. Mark won't strap himself up.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember these are not solid 3D printers. The inserts on the top sit in a hollow. It's not a whole block of plastic of 3D of whatever material he's using. It's not a solid block. That is an outside case with an insert and a ring on the outside of that.
Right.
So,
How's he making the other plastic then? The other plastic bits?
Everything's 3D printed.
Oh, so I mean, there is still volume of plastic there. I mean, looking at the green back tier being about 2 inches deep.
Yeah, yes, but you got to remember that that's not a solid piece. It's not a solid block.
Oh,
is what
okay.
I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Really interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, that would be ideal for me actually. I've had to make one myself a bit, but if you could, I need one for about 100 atties.
Yeah. Anyone
I could put two side by side. I'd like them tiered about 5 going 5 back, and it looks like you can do that with this.
I don't know about that. All I've seen is the 4 tiers, but you know, you could just get another one and add it on and add it on and add it on. You could have, you could fill them shelves behind you, Rick. Fill them shelves. Looks cushy. I love it. I really like it. I like Mark. I like what he does. He's also got a new battery case coming out as well, which is going to go alongside that, which kind of looks a lot like the Titan. It's a similar sort of shape to the Titan from Hellfire that we showed you a few weeks ago, and that I think Mark Todd's been recently reviewing. But I know that Mark Todd's been recently reviewing. Similar sort of shape, very matchy. You've got that in a kind of a pearlescent colour changing jobby. They look cool. They look cool. I'm sure he's got a group coming up soon. Crackheads group. We'll keep you posted. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, perfect.
Too much already. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm the next two, so I'm just going to do one into the other. The first one's quite short.
This is the Fabulous John Show.
Such a dickhead. What will the difference be? A lot of people have asked us this question. What will the difference in what will the differences be with vaping in regards to Brexit? Fuck all. And that was that. Next.
Is that not a round table one then? No.
Go for it. Knock yourself out. Because the answer
import
is
export will have tweaks, won't it?
Could do. Depends.
Like me getting things from other European countries.
Yeah, but you're more likely not to be charged anything at all.
What will happen is if they're set up properly, you buy from a European countries, you won't be charged VAT.
Yeah. And I won't get charged
cheaper
back.
Price.
Yeah, I won't be charged back from America.
So that's
So you
a
may get
change. That's the difference.
But you will get customs duty on it.
Depending on what kind of Brexit we get, further down the road, we may have slightly different legislation to other parts.
I agree.
Of Europe.
Well, that needs to be every single
The
part.
TPD will be our own in 2028, depending on the type of Brexit we get.
So all these things need to be changed one by one. Which is fun.
But when the flavour ban comes in Europe, it'll come in here too. So that's that. Anyway, next.
Not happening.
It's definitely in. It's not happening.
Right. This was the breaking news this week that people are up in arms about and talking about on Facebook, and it would be wrong of us not to do it. So we're going to do it. Vaping linked to seizures in young people being investigated by US authorities. I'm just going to read this and we'll go into it. A possible link between vaping and seizures. Can I not say that word or something?
Seizures.
There we go. A possible link between vaping and seizures.
Bless you.
Young people is being investigated by US health officials after dozens of e-cigarette users reported episodes. The Food and Drug Administration said it has reviewed details on 35 seizures.
Bless you.
Suffered by individuals. When they say dozens, they mean 3 dozen. No, not quite. 2 and 11 twelfths.
I know what's happened.
What's that?
We've got one of these sort of mods, haven't they? With the lights.
Well, they're flashing on it.
They're having petit mal, like a petit mal, isn't it? If you get seizures if you see flashing lights.
Maybe.
My friend has it. My friend has it. Epilepsy, is it?
No, they reckon it's caused by vaping. This is why it's worth the thing.
No, flashing lights.
Yeah. I agree. We have to get to what they're bringing in the paper. 35 seizures suffered by individuals using nicotine vaping devices, most of whom were young people. Regulators to stress that it is not clear whether e-cigarettes were to blame for the incident, but have asked members of the public to come forward if they have experienced similar problems. While 35 cases may not seem like much compared to the total number of people using e-cigarettes, it doesn't not seem like much. It seems like, who gives a fuck?
There's loads of people, loads of youngsters around here that have seizures. They get caught having a joint in the park and stuff.
We are nonetheless concerned. FDA Commissioner Scott, who gives a shit, said in a statement, "We believe these 35 cases warrant scientific investigation." You are a complete fucking moron. Into whether there is in fact a connection. Demented. Cases reported to the FDA took place between 2010 and early 2019. Reported 9 years, 35 cases. Although a spike in the number of reports began in mid-2018. Using that, statistically speaking, aliens definitely exist. Statistically speaking.
Yeah, what's that? 35 in 9 million?
35 in 9 years.
9 million people for 9 years.
9 million people for 9 years. 35 people have had... Oh, no, not even 35 people. 35 cases of seizures. So it might have been... That could have been...
The same person.
A couple of people could have had 3 or 4.
All right, let's run the numbers.
What is... You've got more chance.
9
You've literally
million.
got more chance of winning the lottery something like 19 times than you have of having a seizure from vaping. That's the most... No one gives a fuck. Why would you investigate that?
It's news. It's news.
That is 29 billion to 1.
Oh, not bad. I'll take it.
Oh, it's quite good odds. I'm satisfied. I'll have a vape.
29 billion to 1. Oh, I don't know if I should chance it. Should I give up something? I mean, there's a chance.
There's a 29 to a billion.
There's a 1 in 2 chance I'll get lung cancer, but then again, there's a 29 billion to 1 chance I might have a seizure. I'm going to go for it. Let's see what it says. Tastes like gooseberries. I'm off.
Bit life on the edge vape, in other words.
Fucking hell. That's not risky. You're fucking mental. I reckon there's probably more allergic reactions to Let's Go. So
It's definitely more allergic reactions to eating nuts.
To the moon. More people are allergic to the moon.
What a load of shit.
Oh god.
They literally this was everywhere. Like, I saw this across Facebook groups of people picking it up and dropping it everywhere. It was in quite a few newspapers. And you just think, you are fucking mental. 35, who gives a shit? If the cure for AIDS gave you an epileptic fit, they wouldn't go, well, we won't use it. No, I'm not using that. There's a 29 billion to 1 chance you might have an itchy leg. No way.
The stats for UK deaths in 2018 came out as well this week.
What, for vaping?
No, UK deaths in general. The stats on UK deaths. 2018, I think it was 130,000 tobacco-related deaths.
Shit, it has.
Just this year in the UK.
Last year.
2018 in the UK.
I would think it'd be more than that.
Well, there's only 600,000 deaths a year in the UK anyway. So it's a lot. It's a high percentage.
1 in 6 being tobacco related is pretty fucking high, isn't it?
They'll have all been pro-Brexit though.
Any vaping deaths? Well, what's the population of the UK? 42 million, something like that, isn't it? We got a while to wait then, haven't we? 29 billion. So, a little while then we get one. We're not going to get a seizure for ages.
You don't die of a seizure anyway.
Nah, rubbish. We're not even going to get one.
Yeah, my mate's still alive. He used to break dance every week at the club.
Bit of like an eclipse, wouldn't it? We'll have to wait 20 years. And then you never guess what I saw today? I saw a vapor having a seizure.
Yeah, it's got to be bullshit, yeah. You've got to be lucky to see that, haven't you? Really lucky.
Yeah. The report said it was a minor inconvenience.
He's back at the bar 10 minutes later.
It reminds me a bit of that DJ that claimed vaping had made him deaf. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Not the fact he was in a blaring loud nightclub every night for his job.
Oh dear.
We said there's probably 35 seizures. Sorry, Andy Fairchild said there's probably 35 seizures at Glastonbury every year.
I'd imagine there's probably even more than that at Glastonbury.
Probably. Matt English has said, having mentioned dry knuckles, that is true. It can cause dry knuckles.
That's the least of our problems.
Dry knuckle seizure.
I had dry knuckles. I once had dry knuckles. I had a whole dry hand. It was terrible. It looked like an old man's hand. My vaping hand went all like an old man's hand.
Were you using a Dyson air blade at the time?
They're dangerous. No, I'll not use them. I'll just wipe on my jeans. No, I'll wipe on my jeans if there's one of them there.
Great way of drying your tie, though.
I love the Dyson blades. They're great.
Are you joking? I went to the service station. There was a guy drying a t-shirt in a Dyson Airblade. Doing that. I just thought,
Why did he have no trousers on?
I get a little confused. Once upon a time, I worked in a unit, and we had an air compressor with an air gun thing. And somebody told me that it can be dangerous because we used to mess about squirting it in our mouths to make our cheeks go out and all this sort of stuff.
It can be. They were.
Yeah, but doesn't an air blade? It's pretty aggressive going onto your hands, isn't it?
It's not the same PSI. It's like,
we used to squirt that in our mouths to make our cheeks go out.
Yeah, but it depends what the regulator you've got on the end. Like the one, the compressor at work. If you at my work, if you put the hose in your mouth and press the foot pedal, you wouldn't have to worry about blowing your cheeks.
If you really want wet wrists, just go. Oh, lovely. Anyone got a paper towel?
Yeah, just get one anyway. Doesn't blow disease.
Well, I'm a fan of the Dyson Airblade.
Oh, we are on to. What are we on to? We troll of the week or Triumph Guitar Bar? Triumph Guitar Bar.
No. Have we not got? We've got a. Are we doing Triumph Guitar Bar first? Or are we doing mod show? We've got a mod showcase as well.
I don't know. It's not in the script.
What about a blast from the past?
Yeah, I've got a mod showcase.
Oh, no, sorry. We're going with the blast from the past.
12 minutes past 10. It's time for Blast from the Past. We're a little bit shaky on the dates sometimes on this feature. We can't always guarantee that they fall exactly on. However, today it is exactly 6 years since this 2013 4-4. Ready? This.
I know what it is.
The Chi-Yu. That's from Style of
I can't
Mojo.
see it.
You won't be able to see it in there. You'll have to.
I've seen it.
But picture it in your mind, Rick. The Chi-Yu.
I remember it. Is this the one with the button at the bottom?
That is the fella with the collar at the top and the button at the bottom of the bottom.
What a beautiful, heavily sought after mech mod this was.
It really was.
6 years to the day.
I remember this on Planet of the Vapes back then.
It was one of the era where these mechs got cloned like hell.
Didn't they?
There were just so many versions, and back then it was completely acceptable for reviewers to venture into saying whether a clone was worth getting or not. In a way,
kind of realms you lived in. Didn't you? Like, I had to. I was almost like a fucking second job because I was SV admin. You had to know what the mistakes made on various clones. Like you had to know it absolutely.
I got to admit, I had a clone back then as well.
Racist.
But they were good clones. They were bad clones.
Yeah, they were
And
different grades of clone. Yeah.
The reviewers at the time, it was very helpful to find out which ones were the ones to dodge, because back then it wasn't even brands of clones, was it? It was just shops. So it was like, if you go to Fastec, it's shit. If you go to this other place, some obscure place, then they're actually pretty good.
Was the Chi-Yu the one with the side button?
No.
What was that one that had a side? It was one that had a side button, sort of like the bottom, didn't it?
69?
God, I thought you talked about Golden Greek.
Oh, there was the Atmizu 69, which you could switch where you wanted the switch.
Yes.
Top or bottom, finger or pinky.
What was it? James, you must remember.
I do. There was another one. The Polyak. No, Polyak was at the top. No, the 69 from at Mummy at
Mahoney.
Musmy Army. From them people, you know, the people who made the Nemesis. At Mummy Army. At Mummy Army. Yep.
Yeah.
I had the 14500 version of the Chi-Yu.
Oh yeah.
Me too. The Snidey version, mind.
No. This was legit. This was a media blasted version. It was lovely.
I want one of these. I had one of these, and I've still got
Sentinel.
it. Yeah, and it's brilliant. If someone has got one of these still, telescopic, it will take 18350 down like
really
that.
Nice switch.
And I tried it last year, and it's still, there's no problems with hot switch or anything like that. And this is my go-to for a long time. This Sentinel. I'd love to buy one if they're available. I'd use it as the 18350 now.
Sweet.
So yeah, so 6 years seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
really does. It does. That seems crazy.
And it's such a handsome.
Still
mech
now,
at the time.
still now, I'd happily grab what. Mind you, it wouldn't be able to handle.
No one does. There hasn't been a
0.50.
telescopic mod for a long time, has there?
No. Well, it's a bloody hard thing to get right, isn't it? Telescopic mod.
And they're often ugly.
Ugly and wobbly and whatever.
And what I mean in this day and age, where you get people testing voltage drop as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like threads are a bad thing now, aren't they?
I think Gus might still do them. I think Gus might still do telescopic mods, Rick.
Yeah.
Lovely switch on a Gus. Lovely switch on a Gus.
But when would you shrink it down these days?
Some might.
It's like
That's it, isn't it?
True. But if I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you don't even see modular mechs now.
No. Not really. It's too many threads.
There we go. A forgotten time.
Yeah.
Style of Mojo still going?
Don't think so.
I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've still got a group. Are they still producing them?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Still being sold. We had a thing a few months ago where that Ecigs company in London was selling them dirt cheap, and then they were cancelling everybody's orders, and that took them a lot.
Yeah, that's where I got mine from back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it was £92 for the 14500 one.
Sweet. I think we're on to Triumph Tarbard.
Go on then.
Oh, we like this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, hold your horses. Okay, on screen now we're looking at Mooch Vintage, the clothing shop.
Okay, this is from. This is from Chandler. I'm have to do this from memory because I'm not as prepared as I should be. This was like this is just a piss off Jimmy. Mooch Vintage selling your old 18s.
Excuse me.
Are we on a timer? Or are you doing it manually?
No, manual. No, tell me when to go.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Okay, now looking at the heart symbol hand gesture.
Colin Albins.
Collins.
Let's have a little look. I'll just.
It's clearly a nose hair trimmer.
Oh yes. It looks a little bit like the mech, though, doesn't it? From Cole, looks a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we've got to be really savage with these. I will say, because there's missing
Let's brutalise everyone that's contributed to the show.
Fucking me.
We can't, because the next one is from Colin again, and this
legit.
is a brilliant one.
That's legit.
That
Yeah,
is
I'm
legit.
up for that.
What is
we
it?
can't
What
be
is it
harsh.
really?
We can't be harsh. You've got to accept the rough with the smooth. That's life, and that is Triumph Tarbard.
What is it really?
Coffee machine, isn't it?
It's a coffee machine.
grinder.
Is it fucking really? How big is
It's got a
that?
proper button on the side. Look, it's got an illuminated LED
I
switch.
hope that's how you turn it on.
I don't know. I think it's a coffee grinder. I think that's what he said, isn't it?
Is that cork?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a grinder.
I think that's what he said.
Grind your beans.
It looks like a crops machine from the 80s, that like from Back to the Future 2.
I'm not at all shocked that he was googling grinder.
Oh,
Okay, let's move on.
We're now
Great.
looking at some denim underpants.
This is from Craig, from our Craig. This was I don't know why this was double denim, because he's only wearing single denim. I don't know whether that was some sort of
But
pervy
you could
thing.
put denim trousers on top.
You could probably.
Yes, I see what he's done there. He's gone jeans over these pants, double denim.
Double denim.
Yeah.
That's from what, Craig?
Is that
Straight
what
double denim.
Superman wears when he's going cash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is
On
actually-
Friday night, Superman. Ha
that's Dean
ha.
Cain.
Stopping in the night.
I don't think a man could wear those, though, could they? Could they?
I'm wearing them right
Superman
now.
could wear it when he's doing an oil change.
Yeah, but there's no room for bits to go anywhere, is there?
Superman
He
is like
never
Action Man.
bothered
He doesn't have any
Superman, has
genitalia at all. Smooth down there. all of the man people, Batman, Superman, Action Man, no cock and balls.
No.
Oh no, I don't know. Bruce Wayne was known to get about.
Bruce Wayne, yeah, but not Batman.
Did Superman have a penis?
We just said no.
Definitely not.
It can't have.
You
No.
can't sexualize Superman.
Okay.
Probably.
Now looking at pastel de nata,
Oh,
£1.50.
Craig
Oh,
Nichols, yes.
We've got a quick minor correction. It is not a nose hair trimmer. It's a blood check lancet, not.
Yeah, that's
I
what
know.
I meant.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly that.
Craig, sorry. Go.
Next one, yeah, Craig Nichols. We've done Craig Nichols. We've had a few now. Is it a classic? It might be a classic. I don't know whether it's a
It's
classic.
sort of everywhere, isn't it?
There it is. Next one is
I like the
Dave.
description, posh custard tart.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering. Okay, we're now looking at an AFC van.
Oh, we're not. We're looking at Todd Dawes.
Okay, yeah. Also, so this is the wrong way around. So this is from Dave Catton. This is another pucker one from Dave EFC. But you can tell by the quality of the photo. That's not Google. He's actually chucked that one himself from a shop or something. Maybe he's having a cup of coffee in a cafe, and he saw that just pass there.
Sorry for that Cleo getting out of there.
He collects pictures of concerned charity shops, doesn't he? Dave Cannon. So
have fun. Can have loads of manoeuvring to get out of there.
Fucking white van drivers.
Backwards and forwards for ages.
We're now looking at Todd's Doors.
Todd's Doors. And again, this is another one. Look at these. There's two legit ones from Dave.
Yeah.
That's proper legit.
He gets about now, old Dave, doesn't he?
I think he's in the back of his car there. Judging by the cutaway, that's his back seat. He saw that pulling alongside on the M4. Oh, I'll get that one. Lovely.
We like those.
Driver, he said, driver, pull alongside Todd's Doors van, and I'll take a photo for the Try for Tava show.
Oh, hang on. Right, here we are. We're now looking. I don't know how to describe this. It's an Instagram picture. Does that help?
Oh, yes. Oh, this is from David Childs. This is... It's like, I don't know what he's blown some sort of orangey, vapory smoke stuff, which could be quite Try for Tava, but also that logo with the rabbit.
Angry rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, that's got vape all over to me. That like absolutely vape all over.
It's terrifying.
Don't know what it is. And apparently he was frightened to click on himself.
Dark Star skateboard.
Oh yeah, Dean Feeney. Yeah,
it's
a good one. Dark Star.
That's very good. Yeah.
The stuff.
Didn't have Dean down as a skateboarder.
Just checking out some new trucks online.
Maybe he googled deck pics.
Yeah. That's what he did. He googled deck pics. That's what he was googling. Bravo.
We're now looking at something for a bike.
Yeah, Danny Murphy.
Now we're on to some. That's shit. Next.
But whoa.
It's a bit like an Atty, doesn't it?
Is it a very poor quality picture, Try for Tava, or underneath it says handlebar?
Handlebar looks like. But also the other bit looks like an atomizer, doesn't it?
We'll see if Derry
Does
John.
a bit, yeah, a little bit.
We'll see if Derry.
The two shits make a good. What?
No, I'm all right with handlebar. I'm happy with handlebar. The picture looks nothing like anything to do with vaping.
No.
That could be the new rage, the wide beauty ring for atomizers like Richard's got.
Shut up.
Ideal home show.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I did like that.
Or does it not count?
Oh, so, we nicked it off of the name.
We nicked it off there.
I suppose. So really, it would be things that remind you of the ideal home show. If they've got a group, you could put our group on there.
Yeah, it worked the other way around. If there was a poster for us.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
It'd be weird, but it'd be good.
That's from Ian Schwarzenegger.
Now looking at a manky nail.
Oh yeah, this is from James Hall. This I don't know what this advert thing, but that horrible toenail reminded him of kind of like stabilized wood.
Shit. Next.
That's pretty reachy. That is. I like it. I like how reach it is. This has got to be the ultimate reach of the week.
That's reach of the week.
Oh no, because there's a couple of this next one.
Big Swede BBQ.
Okay. Oh yeah. So we are looking. Yeah. What we're looking at. Which one are we looking at now?
We're looking at Badass Veggie Boost.
Oh right. Okay. So this is from Johan Holmstrom.
Things that remind you of vegans, but they aren't really vegan at all.
Yeah, because poor Gus, he's had some shit this week on the group. This last few weeks.
Veggie, though.
I love doing it.
He likes it. He like him. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
He's not even a veggie. He's Welsh.
Just take a quick note in the middle of here. Like the whole food pictures thing on iOS, if you remember, stop being a fucking fanny. If somebody makes a joke about what you cooked, who cares? It's fine. Nail it. I'm not bothered. I do it all the time. Just take the piss.
We're now looking at Dragon's Breath, 1 litre.
Oh yes. So again from you, I mean, I've never heard of this. Anybody heard of this juice?
But he's defend. I like that.
But he's
I like
put
the fact
up.
there's
He's put up an
defence.
example of the real thing.
Yeah.
It's got a 30. Oh, okay. I was going to say it's a 30 ml unicorn bottle. That's not. Okay, that is actually liquid.
It is. And then Dragon's Breath, whatever that.
But don't vape the stuff on the right, basically.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't get them mixed up.
Oh, I quite like
John James win a £30 in-store voucher
I quite like the fact that the emblem's like a middle finger.
or a penis.
Yeah.
Could be like cock and balls.
James.
John Cock and Balls James.
But it's like John Bucky James or James Bucky.
Nice. Go on. I like that one, Len. I like that one a lot.
Flips, unicorns.
Oh, it's from Lyndon Wright. Yeah, this is almost a shitty doubler. It's a shitty doubler. Unicorns. We all chase the unicorn. We don't all chase.
Yeah,
You know, it's a vaping thing.
Limited
I
edition.
do actually. If you get a chance, try Flips, the chocolate ones. They're fucking lovely.
Are they good?
Yeah.
What are they? Sort of pretzely biscuity things?
No, they're actual pretzels. You know, like the little ones.
No.
Yeah.
Pretzels, but they've left the salt glaze on, but then they put chocolate over the top. It's fucking
No,
amazing.
Nice. You can't. But a lot of people don't understand that salt and chocolate works. You know.
It really does.
Salted chocolate peanuts. I could be 47 stone because of them.
Yeah.
God, I swear to God. Okay, that's from Lyndon. Lovely. Next one is from Mario. This is
That's a wanker handbag.
Yeah, this is a.
Oh yeah. Oh, but there's a mod. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, he's kind of badly photoshopped the mod in himself.
Oh, okay. He's even put the shadow on it as well.
Well, what's the wanker? I don't get it.
Tank wanker.
No. I get it. It says wanker, but I don't understand that. What's that?
It's another Gus sort of thing. He did the logo with the tank wanker thing. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that.
It was very, very similar. It was W with that anchor. Okay, next one.
It's a lovely clutch, though, isn't it? I like the pink one.
We've got a couple from Matt English next.
Aliens.
That's a cushy number plate. We've got another number plate coming up, which I think does best that.
Pretty good.
But it is a cushy number plate. I would totally.
That's a cracking number plate. That.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, a shit car as well.
Oh, but look in the background on the sign. It's got Wick War.
Really, don't reach within reaches.
Double reacher.
It's got Wick War in there.
Don't you start.
Matt English's next one is a valid.
This is some sort of tank audio file.
Yeah, this is quite a good one.
Yeah, these are audio connection jobbies. You put your wires in there and tighten them down, and then plug them into your audio chisel. But that is a super duper. That might be this week's winner there for Matt English. I reckon.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Titan Travel.
Yeah, from
Titan's been around a while, isn't it? Let's face it.
He knows he's Travavos from his eggs.
He does.
But, fair play though, as James will say as well, and back me up on this. He saw it and it reminded him of vaping, so it went on the show.
Absolutely. That's how it works, isn't it? That's exactly how it works. Rick knows.
Titan Travel. Who's this?
That's Big Blizzard. Big Blizzard.
Oh, Mickey.
Thank you, Mick.
Now we've got "See You Next Thursday" written in quavers.
Oh yes.
That doesn't count. Next.
Paul Hughes.
You can't make your own Travavos.
You could just write vaping, couldn't you?
Here's the thing. I don't think he made it. I think somebody else made it. He saw it and reminded him of vaping.
No way.
Put it on the show, Bosh.
That's his hand.
I mean, it could totally be Paul Hughes' hand. It does. It's really similar. It looks really a lot like Paul Hughes' hand. But I'm not gonna.
Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Headset works of art.
Headset?
Looks like a pipe. An e-pipe.
That's a chess set, not a headset.
I've actually weirdly.
I've never even noticed that. How astute are you when it comes to boobs, Rick?
I commented underneath this Travavos saying boobies.
I actually have owned these headphones. They are shit.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
They look like a pipe mod, though, don't they?
They do.
They found their level at £9, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. They are bad. Next.
Yeah. Let's roll.
Why is it a Travavos? Oh yeah, it looks like a new pipe. Foodie flavours, banana.
This is from Richard Jack. It's a little Richie, but they could totally be food flavourings.
Yeah,
for
they're
you.
the right size box.
Yeah, there could be stuff. Couldn't there? There could be stuff.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Fair play, fair play. Oh, okay. Gosh, what's going on here? Lots of things. Do not
Scotty
double
Buckford
stack.
nails
Notice clean coils
5.
using water only.
Okay, these were all apparently captured in a single day at work on in a day of Scotty Bogfoot's work. 5 tri-vitavars in one. And now the bottom one. I mean, okay, well, let's go through them. So do not double stack like batteries. Do not double. Remember that was a thing.
Yeah.
Clean coils only using water. That's pretty good. I'm not entirely sure what the middle one is. Oh,
That's
what
an
the
air
left?
compressor gun.
Yeah, but it looks like a mod. I'll give him
Could
that.
be
It's a
modern.
bit. It's
Could be.
one of the triggery guns.
Could be quite muddy. The back of that thing that says B box, billet box,
Billet box, yeah.
Yeah.
and then the bottom one is
That's the reach.
5. And that's when he left.
Oh, it's a doubler though. This bottom right one. He's got Saint John's Cloudy.
Oh, cloudy. Yep, cloudy. Look at that.
510.
Scotty
Cloudy.
Bog
Oh yeah,
Foot.
little arrow there. And if everywhere you go, you're seeing Travavars, see a doctor.
We'll take a picture and we'll stick it on the show.
Now looking at I'm not Mrs. Fratelli from the Goonies.
Well, like that.
Yeah, this is the rate. This is Rachy from Scotland. We've got Jan. He's pointing them out to us. He's like, and I like that because sometimes we get them on the show and we're like, we don't know what it is. We honestly we don't know what it is. So we've got Jan who just had Nick obviously, and then the Goonies reference, which is a John thing. We now just associate John with Goonies.
It's the Goonies and that. They are the 2 things that anyone associates with me, really.
We are now looking at a license plate X1 Bro.
Oh, that's good. No, that's a good one.
That's a good one. We
That's
don't
a-
love
it's a
we don't love
cracking
license
one.
plates, but that is
That's from Saint Sawyer's.
Cracking.
Saint Sawyer's.
that is cracking.
Mm.
Good job, Simon.
Hunt 22. The
Yeah.
world's coolest UV flashlight.
Isn't that super coily? Super
That's a
coily.
coil head,
Looks
isn't
like a little stock coil, doesn't
it?
it?
That's in
Does,
it.
it
That
does.
would literally fit in an Innikin iSub.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Next.
very good. Very, very good.
But also, it's a cool as UV flashlight. I'd quite like. I don't know. Is that a fishing thing? I don't know. I want one of them.
Maggie deal.
yeah.
Amazon store.
Oh, from Magic. Yeah. Okay, so that was from Stuart Duncan, the Hunt 22. By the way,
Warms up
This
your
is from
reptile.
Toby Corn. Look, it's a bit decky, isn't it? It's a bit
It
decky.
is. I like this one.
It's a bit reachy.
It's a bit
got
reachy.
posts
It's a
and
bit
a screw.
decky. It's a reachy decky.
Posts and screws. It's an Atty, isn't it?
It could be.
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't be, but yeah, we can see what he's got on there.
I don't know. Give Mike Vapes half an hour. He'll design that. And we're all the way back round.
That's one from Toby Corn. And that was things that remind you of vaping, but that aren't really vaping at all. And there'll be more of them next week.
We can't wait.
Hey, that was a good one. It?
Where are we going now? Are we going?
Oh gosh, got it.
Are
On
we
me.
going trolley?
Oh, we should. We really, really should.
But
It's that time, Rick.
what time?
And for the whistle.
I can't get my pictures up. Oh, here we go.
Well, I've gone.
Is it that time? Oh, yeah. There we go. When you hear that music, you know what time it is. It means it's time for Mod Showcase of the week. I say of the fortnight because I wasn't on last week. I was on last week.
You were.
Didn't do one. So Mod Showcase of the 3 weeks because I didn't do one the week before because I was off then. I got Mod Showcase of the month. Okay, I've got 3 mods to show you this week that have gone on the group.
All right.
Which one are you showing first?
No,
Mr.
you tell me. You tell me.
Eldin Alec.
Here we go. On screen now. Absolutely stunning.
Lovely, isn't it? Oh, I didn't have loop on it. Hang
Oh my god.
on. There we go. We're back. Yeah, Eldin Alec. We all know we're Eldin mods.
How old is he?
Eldin is older than your average modder.
Right.
He's 10 and 2 months, and he uses his own tools. Yeah. And he made this skonker, and he makes lots of these skonkers, and he sells lots of these skonkers and other mods. So if you want something, I think it's from Bosnia, Eldin. If you want a Bosnian mod,
There's something to be said for how classically understated this is.
Yeah, I mean, he
That-
just
I think it's absolutely stunning.
That ring at the just off the top of the other
yeah.
state-
Doesn't it make a difference having an accent like that?
It's
rather than-
amazing, isn't it?
yeah,
No,
and
he's got two accents, so one at the top and one at the bottom. It's incredible.
yeah, it really makes a difference, I think. And I like it very much. Hang on, let me just get this up. Sorry. So yeah, that's Alden Alec. Have you gone through all of those?
Yeah, yep.
It looks pretty small as well, doesn't it? If you look at the size of how flush that bottle is, and the size of the empty.
Was that an tube?
It is, and I'll also tell you that is a 21-700 and a monster 10ml bottle in.
Right. So it's bigger than it looks, but it's still.
But it is small.
I love
Tiny.
everything about that mod. Everything.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, I like it too.
Absolute cracker.
Yeah,
See, you've got a sexy beauty ring at the top, James.
yeah. He's even made this beauty ring
Matching
there.
beauty ring.
You don't get much more matchy than that. Same wood beauty ring, same wood drip tip. Lush, absolutely lush.
Very nice.
Great
I've got one picture of the next mod. Only one. That's all he put up. But this is from Joss Rayen, and he's made a squonker. And I think it's honest and worthy of showing.
I do.
Yeah, I like the proper.
He's obviously gone to the effort of laminating these different woods together.
Yeah.
To get
I like
that.
the fact, very free form in the style as well. Quite like it.
Yeah, it's honest,
It'll
isn't
be
it?
comfy as well.
Yeah, I like it. It's hand fashioned. He's not a professional. He's made a nice mod and it works properly.
What
you know,
art is that, James?
I haven't got it on screen yet.
Oh,
Just hold
boom.
your horses. It's coming up any second now, I'm sure.
Looks a little one.
it's a tiddler. Yeah. Let's go on to the next
Yeah,
one
next
because
one.
this one,
I'm struggling to load that as well.
Okay, next.
the next one is something I like very much because I like modding. I like tinkering, and this reminds me of the olden days when we were looking for alternative power sources and desktop mods that had their own power source and power bank and things. And this is from Simon Hadley. Are you showing these,
yeah.
Richard?
On screen now?
He's got 3 lipos, but paralleled up, and he's got a dirty, great big cable, and it goes to a PWM box. And the battery life will be for days and days and days on this. And I just liked it.
Oh, I get it. Right. Wow. Old school.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a big cable connected there, a little box on the end with his PWM stuff in, and you just know
How do you put it down?
it's crazy. It's a home using mod.
Needs a holster.
Yeah, I just think it's great. I love it because it's like old school modding, and
I bet it vapes like the wind blows.
it would do. Yeah, if you wanted it to turn it up, you could stick anything on there, and it'd have no problems chucking out 1,000 watts if you wanted it to.
Wow.
He
Not
did
that
well
you
to
would
get
want
the
to.
commercial rights from DC Comics as well, because they can be notoriously difficult to deal with.
They are litigious.
I don't know if he's selling it or not, but
No, I'm only joking. I really like
no,
it.
I like that. I
Old
like that
school.
because it's geeky, and I like geeky.
So that's potentially, if you want it to be, 12 volts in it.
I'd imagine so. Yeah, he's probably got. I don't know what battery packs he's got in there, but I'd imagine it's 12 volts. They're probably 3S batteries, and he's paralleled them up, so he's got battery life for a week there.
Yeah, you could just pop that in a backpack. Just pop the battery pack in a backpack off and just.
Perfect. But you can turn PWM down. You don't have to go hammer and tong on it.
Oh, they look like they're in parallel, but that's me.
I think they probably are in parallel. Yeah.
That's me stretching.
I don't suppose you'd stack 3. No, they're definitely not 1S LiPo, so they'll be in parallel for sure. But they're probably 12 volt packs.
Yeah.
So. No, but that's Simon Hadley, and
Oh,
I like that because
Proper
it's
mod making that.
yeah, good stuff. And that is it for this week for Mod Shakers of the Week. Have a look next week. There might be some more.
Where can people go if they want more of that? Rick?
Well, there's this group called Facebook. This website called Facebook.com. You might be on it already if you're watching this. Some of you may be in our group already.
Yeah, there's a handful of people said they were.
Yeah. If you search for Mod Showcases at the top, there's a group lots of wonderfully creative people post what they've made on there.
Yeah.
And it's a joy to watch.
It's a melting pot, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
The Facebook has an app as well. I've got an app for the Facebook.
Yes, yeah, I heard that you can get it on
you
your
can get it
phone.
on your phone as well.
Yeah. It's really convenient. Really convenient.
I'll look into it, but I'm not so sure. That seems like it would invade on my life.
Is that Android and iOS?
Probably. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I'll double check. I'll post on the group. I'll find out.
Good man.
Really going places, those Facebook guys.
Yeah, I did well.
Have we got a troll of the week, Richard?
No, we haven't had one for 4 months.
Sorry. I thought you'd got one.
Oh, is it still in the notes? No, no, we don't have one. I tell you what. I'll have one next week.
Oh, look at that! That's how you get material, people.
So you do that.
Yeah, force it.
So do a classic John sign off, John.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Ideal Home Show. Thank you very much for watching. We will. Oh shit! No, back it up. Quick.
Rewind selector.
Sorry, we're not going to stay. 2 seconds. This is just a quick run through, just to say that it is Vape Jam beginning next Thursday. Into Friday, into Saturday in London at the Excel Centre.
Is it next week?
Next week.
Shit, I didn't realise it was next week.
I'm going to be there on Friday night and Saturday night. So I'll be there all Friday, all Saturday. If you're coming down, I was just trying to think of things to make you aware of, just really, really fast. The main hangout for us with the Ideal Home Show is normally outside at the Fox, the pub outside. If you haven't got tickets even to the show, I'm going to be a bit of a wanker and say, don't worry about it. Just come and see us in the pub. And a few other things. Just make sure you keep your expectations in check. Years ago, it might have been that there was loads and loads of free stuff. It isn't really like that anymore due to TPD and various regulations. There isn't loads and loads of free stuff, especially on the public day, which is Saturday. There's a bit of free stuff on Thursday and Friday, which is business to business. A lot of that 0 milligrams. It's not really that interesting. If you're going to go there and you want something from the Modders block, make sure you make your way over there early and get in the queue or whatever they've got going on, if that's what you want.
If you want a Franken skull, get there as soon as the doors open.
Get there now, actually. You want to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, camp now.
Because
I don't know if Franken skull are there this year, but they will have queue. People will be queuing for a couple of hours at least.
Couple of things to note. I'm going to go and do it in 3. Not all vapors are nice people. If you put it down, it will be stolen. Make sure that your bag is in your view all the time. Make sure your pockets are done up. Don't put anything down and leave it sat down. It will get stolen. It happens every single fucking show. Mind yourself. If you don't wish to catch a virus that's going around, don't get hold of somebody else's mod and give it a go and see if you like their liquid, because every single time there is some disease or other going round and round and round and round. Don't do that. The last point is that I know there's some people going who I saw somebody posted the other day on the group saying that they were thinking of going, but they're a bit worried and got to come over and introduce themselves. I'm happy to be the selected person you PM. If you send me a PM on Facebook, I'll meet you somewhere and bring you over so you can meet everybody. Happy to do that. Don't feel that you're alone. There are lots of people who've got social anxiety issues, who now come to the events but didn't used to because they were worried. And we can get you to that stage. So
I'm one of them.
Yeah, Rick is one of them. Yeah, it's absolutely true. So yeah, I think that's it. Sorry, Vape Jam done. And now for a classic John sign off. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Ideal Home Show. We will see you next Thursday.
Will we?
Yes, I'm going to be here, and then I'll leave early in the morning. Goodbye.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Next.
Cheerio.